I need you to help me remove that person right now. Please. It's an insult for you to look at me and say, if I acknowledge the right done by these criminals, that automatically makes me compromise or something. That's an insult. You won't do that again here. All right? Thank you. Here. Hello.
Maegun Baba.
Baba Galagba. How are you, sir?
Ifadela from Canada.
Hey, Chief. I mean, Sir Akinola, I prefer that. How are you today, sir?
I'm well. I just want to quickly speak to one thing, with a wiki.
Right.
Yeah, so you can see what corruption and compromise can do. When it was asked that question, what happened between you and Fubara? He couldn't answer it.
No.
But he was very, very strong to speak to all PDP. Is anybody born of a woman? His anger was very high because he had settled all of them. This is the effect of corruption, that everybody cannot speak. Corruption in high places, corruption in low places. Look at the man speaking to a whole nation. This used to be the biggest party in Africa.
You remember, and PDP, and look at what they have been reduced to, sir.
They have been reduced to nothing because they are corrupt. Simple. This is what is destroying our nation. This is what is destroying our society. Any country, anything that is built on corruption can never produce anything positive. If giver is your Lord, the person that has given you anything at any point in time, you are his subject. That is what Wirewike is doing. Our nation cannot move forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for pointing that out as well. I actually felt that too, but thank you so much, and you have a good one, Baba. So that says Akinola from Canada, a very good one. Wirewike, he believes that he would rather wait for any one of them, okay, that will kind of come onto the national television and say whatever they think they are saying behind him before he will know what to say or what to do. I mean, it's so obvious that is the one that's playing anti-party, somebody that should have been not suspended or expelled. Take a look at this, what they have, when they made the announcement of suspending Dino Melaye. You know that Canary Dino, Canary Dino as a loudmouth. I don't think he's done any sort of in their party, right? I haven't seen it. I mean, I don't know any record of Canary Dino doing an anti-party like that of Wirewike, brazenly, like Wirewike displays it in public. But they've already signed this removal, suspension, indefinite, I think. Right? But Wirewike was on national television saying he dares them to come onto the national TV and say, and say what they said they are saying behind him for a whole PDP. That's what they've been reduced to. I have another caller. Hello.
Hello, Baba Mayogu himself.
Papa, how are you, sir?
I'm good. And you? I can see you are glittering. You are glittering. You are good now.
Well,
you are good.
I need to chop well so I can actually
have Yes, your voice is coming out yourself. And you are hitting hard. So I love that. I can say I love that. But waiting I go talk for this matter now. You see, say if I think we can do something. Sometimes we go replay some your videos where you don't do. I go say the programs where you don't do, where you don't talk about this weekend matter. Say Nigerians, we they forget so easy. Wike stole 500 billion of River State and use it to campaign for presidency. And he lost. Now the money where he shared to these people, where win, now the people now make it dear them.
So
this is what is happening.
They come out.
Yes, now. No, you don't talk them before now. And if people if people have been going through your videos, sometimes I say, if people they go, all this mistake, we're not going to make them because you don't they talk this thing. You talk and say we can store their 500 billion. Now the 500 billion I make them put Fubara. Fubara was his accountant general.
Yes.
Fubara was the one planning the money.
Yes.
So now what do they do? When AFCC come for Fubara, he now asked Fubara to live in government house. Fubara was not going at
for 2 years before election.
You said it now. You said all this things. So now Fubara now he quickly make him accountant general because already that money have goofed. They have goofed. He have shared the money to Tamboa and all these people. That's why he's daring them. He's daring them, saying, if you know Funa talk, you go talk, say whether you give you millions, deliver. You didn't deliver because if you deliver, he could have been the president by now. Now, you know, be so.
So that was the arrangement. Even at their convention, right? When he was screaming and saying that he will support anybody, I will support anybody that emerge. He was expecting himself to emerge, or better still, to become the vice president. He lost both, and he ran mad.
He lost both. He ran mad. Now we won't call user. If to say Nigeria is aware that they govern well, we can even the president should be in prison by now. EFCC is not working. They are only chasing poor people. They are just chasing innocent poor people that is in Nigeria. I want to ask you, if any of this one is establishment they have in Nigeria, if they say any of them is working sincerely, I think Nigeria will be better. But all of them have been bastardized. No one. People will keep on telling people this thing. Another thing I want to tell people, I just want to use this media. If you think that people don't have anything that he has done, just goof off yourself. Stop calling that man. That man have not done. If you know the kind of hatred they have over this man, assuming this man have eaten any money, Soludo could have showed the whole Nigeria that people
Soludo wrote letter now.
He wrote letter now.
Peter Obi is going to put them in a very bad spot for trying to be president. Saying he won't be president. But if he had any compromise on him, he could not release them now.
We go now to tell you now. A sitting governor writing a letter about a governor that has left for for almost 8 years. He left the post for you to climb. If to say this man have any evidence that say Peter will be for one car,
we Obino now. Obino we succeeded him in the EFCC. In the EFCC case.
Okay, so now to tell you say they don't get anything. All this one where Tunumbu they sponsor both Aburi because you don't change the Papa with waiting be the other one name. You don't the governor of Ogun State don't stop to they give them money. Now they don't come back to join Aburi now. Tunumbu don't they sponsor them because now those one make the content is all these people. Assuming Nigeria is a workable place, these people should be in prison, cooling off, all of them should be cool. Okay, look at what they did in Meduguri, which you said. Meduguri, they give you people. This give you a warning, say 10 years ago, on you people. If I continue, if Nigeria is a place who people have brain, what Tunumbu and his cohort and do to Nigeria, using Nigerians to play. I saw one reportage in Al Jazeera showing Kaduna, I think either Kaduna or Kanu, where children in the hospital, children are marish. I can't even know how to say this. They are not eating well.
Where the food?
They don't eat well. They do food. Even the hospital are saying that they will be running out of medicine and all this and that. Look at how Tunumbu buy all the media. No media that is working. They are not doing any investigation, journalism. They can't leave the whole job for you. My brother, God will bless you. Amen. You go there, talk them. Who are here, go here. Who are here, go here. If they call protest, make them no go protest. My go, from this night, I don't change my mind. I don't say anybody wait there for Nigeria, apart from my mama, will see there alive. anybody carry your cross. If una like, make una no protest, may they carry their cross, because I think their mumu never do. Their mumu, upon say this man, what they call him, area father. Don't say our mumu suppose don't do. See, Nigerian people are still under the mumu. How can somebody who no go school come they rule us? They put us in all this. He say leave them now, leave them, because now your tribe, your thief is better than my thief. Your thief is better than thief. That is what is going on in Nigeria. I don't understand these people. Look at all these people say they are the religious leaders, which are criminals on the disguise. The one where tire me now, this one where they come social media, people where they for abroad, where suppose they teach their people, say, see, they say Igbo kill this one, come they go Yoruba kill this one. Just they distract themselves. Tinubu paid all these people, they will be causing all this distraction. My people, nobody should be distracted. These people can never change unless you change them. Mayogu have said
and
this
they
thing.
will stop
He said
until
that
you stop
they
them.
will never stop until you stop them. I don't understand our people. If they call for protest on 1st October, people, call your people as you are listening to me, as you tell your people to participate. These people will never stop unless we stop them.
That's right.
They will never stop. Mayogu have said it time without number.
Thousands of times.
These people can never stop unless we stop them. Thank you very much.
No Messiah is coming to save anyone. At least we are clear about that one. Okay. See, the purpose of Mayegun's diary political is to make sure that, right, all the necessary information are made available, so that you, as a supposed enlightened mind, you have what to work with. So if people are trying to deceive you, put wool over your eyes, then if you let that happen, it is not the fault of the person who is deceiving you. It will be your own fault. Because if you pay attention very well, you realize that those who are shortchanging you and the rest of them, they are not working alone. They have the media, they have the traditional institutions, they have different institutions that are already compromised. Their main job is to mislead you. But on Mayegun's diary political and platforms like this, where you have access to some of this information, they have to be truthful. I have to be truthful to you. If you want to make an informed decision, then I have to make sure that whatever I see, except if I have a hidden agenda, to also mislead you. And that will be it's going to be like a double jeopardy. We are already being misled enough that a lot of us grew up with so much wrong information, deliberately, infused in us, ingrained in us. We're conditioned to think in a certain way. That's why it's so difficult these days, right? To convince adults that what they believe is wrong. They will be fighting you and say, what do you mean? Do you know how long I have known this? And the rest. But on Mayegun's diary political, even if I am not comfortable with some of these things myself, I still have to present them the way they are. I have my own personal opinion and let you be the judge of what you make of those information. If I join those who are manipulating and then misleading you, we are not doing ourselves any good. So that's why if somebody come to my platform and tell me, Mayegun, is like you are now liking these people, is an insult to me. Because what do I have to gain from them? What exactly would my purpose be to want to begin to like them because soldiers killed terrorists? Is it not that the soldiers were supposed to kill the terrorists? And when we see them do that, you want me to cook a conspiracy and make it look like, oh, don't mind them, oh, they didn't kill anybody, when I know that's misleading. Then I'm not helping you. I'm not helping myself too. Every truth, every information that should be out there, even though it's a rarity, so rare, right, to see them do the right thing. But sometimes you have to present it that way. Because whether you like it or not, knowing the truth is what they said will set us free. What you make of that truth is also based, it's going to be yours. So somebody like me won't kind of manipulate something just because I want you to think in the right way. I mean, in a particular way. That is not helpful. At the end of the day, nothing is going to be achieved. Nothing is going to be done. And I want something to be done. Hello.
Hello, Michael.
Oh, Jam. How are you?
I'm fine, though. How are you?
I'm very well, ma'am. It's been a while.
Yes, it has been a while, and I'm glad to see that you're doing much better. I think there was a period in time where you were not broadcasted,
I
and
was
I
completely gone. That was for like about 5-6 days.
Yeah, you had appendicitis, I think. But you're much better, though.
Honestly, they told me that back in the hospital, they said you are. This is the healthier you've ever been. You are more healthier than you've ever been. And I'm beginning to feel it. Like they said to me, they said after this whole surgery and everything, right? Medically and clinically, this is the healthier you've ever been. I said, really? I've never fallen sick. I've never fallen sick. I've never been to the hospital. I am not somebody who visits doctors for the 40 years of my life, Charm. I've never had any reason to be to the hospital. So when they told me that this is the healthier you've been, I was like, okay, that means I have a rebirth. So if all of you are hearing me so loud and clear, sound, it means I'm healthy, right?
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that.
Thanks, John. Please.
Listen, Marego, I really missed you during that period, but I've been watching you. I've been watching the broadcast, listening to everything you have to say. You know, nothing has changed really with this criminals in power, really. You know, they're still dealing mercilessly with the people. You know, like I think the previous caller was saying that, listen, I think we've gotten to the point where I don't think anyone should be asking you or telling you or trying to organize you to go and protest. You should be on the streets just there by yourself, you know.
This time, nobody should be convincing anybody.
Nobody should be convincing. Listen, I don't know how often you speak to people in Nigeria, but every time I have to speak to people in Nigeria, my goodness, in fact, things are tough. Things are tough. I don't know how moms are doing it. The kind of I don't even know the kind of gymnastics they have to do just to get through the day to feed their children and all of that. And the fathers themselves, you know, I have wives who will say that they can't even approach their husbands because, you know, it's crazy. You know, Tinubu's economics is, I don't know what to call it. Is it, you know, I don't know what Buhari's time was. This one is something else. It's something, I don't think Nigerians have ever experienced anything like this.
No.
Then you see the optics of having somebody like of Tinubu coming out of that hospital. I think you showed him coming out of the hospital.
Oh, that was yesterday.
Oh, that was yesterday.
And you know something about that, right? The message actually flew over the head of some people. They thought, showing that was actually to mock him. Meanwhile, the message behind it is just to kind of show the rest of the world how finished Nigeria is. That your president, you get what I mean?
I 100% agree with you. Do you know, like when I was watching it, what I was saying to myself is that look at the president of the most populous black nation on earth, you know, coming out of listen, that hospital is not the best hospital in the UK. You understand that? No. It's not the best. Forget about the fact that the royal family goes there. That is what they've done traditionally, so they don't want to move away from tradition. But that is not the best, even the best hospital in the UK. And that is where, that is where the president of the most populous black African country in the whole world is coming out of.
How does that even make you feel that you come, even if you were, so many of us have kind of like mentally detached ourselves from that place, but how did that make you feel as a person and say, man, this is why I've detached myself from Nigeria. I cannot be living this embarrassment in my life. This is not right.
Exactly. Right? You know, how else do you want to, what else do you need to tell people that black people can't take care of themselves? That black countries cannot govern themselves? The fact that the country, I mean, you have Nigerians who are well-read, you know, who are experts in their field. And let me tell you what will shock you is that whilst he's in that hospital, he's probably being treated by a Nigerian doctor, taken care of by a Nigerian nurse.
That's right.
You know, I feel like there's a 70% chance that that's what happened in that place. Yes. And then you have to look at that man.
I mean, we have a member of this platform that worked in that same hospital for over 20 years. She retired from there, Lady Flora. So which simply means that there's possibility that there is a chance that a certain percentage of their, specialists, nurses, and then other people who work in the place are from Nigeria. There is a chance that a certain percentage, a substantial percentage of those who work in the hospital are Nigerians from Nigeria.
Absolutely. And so what does it say? That we don't have an enabling environment? No, not even us Tinubu, just from, the leadership that we had, since the so-called, what's it called, independence, which you and I know that we're not independent. Because if the most populous Black country can get itself and become what it is meant to be, there's no reason for any so-called Nigerian to be outside the country in the first place, because we know that we have the capacity and the ability to do more than even the world gives us credit for. Okay. Now, there was something that I really want to appreciate you, Mayego, because I think I started watching your show over a year ago, all right? And your show, your broadcast really makes me think. I really, really start to think about the world we live in and the things that are going on in the world today. And I've come to that conclusion that you see this so-called democracy that have been sold to us, right? It is not valuable to us in any way, shape, or form at the end of the day, because I feel like democracy is a smoke screen that they use so that one person can be in power and they can have some kind of serious dictatorship without being a dictator, a dictatorship without the appearance of being a dictatorship under the guise of democracy is what we have going on in Africa and in most countries, even here in America. Whether if they choose to acknowledge it or not, that is up to them. I see democracy as a big farce. The center, especially in